Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is DonBest.com. This is the MMA Insider Show, and that is Nick Kalikas down there in Costa Rica. And I'm Frank Trigg here in Las Vegas. Nick, what's going on, bud?
Not too much, man. Another busy weekend with Bellator.
Yeah, I know. It seems like Bellator is now putting them back to back to back to back to back. I don't know how you're ever getting a break.
Yeah, it's tough, especially with some of the other leagues. MFC this weekend and Cage Warriors as well. So it's a slow non-UFC week, but a lot of action at the books for MMA.
Yeah, there's a lot of good action, I think, coming along, especially on this Bellator 78 in Fairborn, Ohio, being shown live at the Nutter Center. You can watch it at home if you need to on MTV2 or Spike.com, and that's why I'll be watching is actually on Spike.com. It's a better feed for some reason than MTV2. The co-main event, it seems like the main event and the co-main event, it's almost an all-Russian card. Bellator, we talked about last week, is doing a great job of getting some unheard-of Russians to come in. They're battling it out in this welterweight tournament semifinals. Mariusz Domiskas and Andrei Korskov, and we've seen Mariusz fight before. Mariusz MMA record, 19-6, 13 wins via KO. You've probably watched him beat Jason High, or you've watched him beat Kahashi Sakuraba. That wasn't a huge fight for him. It kind of his coming out party. With Andre, he MMA record of 11-0, 7 wins via KO, knows how to get done on his feet, and he beat Jordan Smith. But I still think, even though more people know about Mariusz, I think more people are going to lay their numbers down on Andre. Am I right in that, Nick?
Well, it depends. Actually, more action right now is coming in on Mariusz because he is a plus 190 dog, plus 180 dog out there. So betting public a little bit at this point coming in on the dog. But I think we're going to see some sharp action come back on Andre, man. I think he is a side. They match up pretty well together. Both guys like to stand and bang. And with his reach advantage, and he punches just so straight. And it seems like guys with the type of build that Korshkov has, Mariusz doesn't match up good against, so he's going to eat a lot of punches. And Andre definitely has enough power in both his kicks and his hands to finish him off. So Mariusz is tough. You can't underestimate him. He's got finishing power as well. But I just favored the Russian here, and I think he's going to get it done. So you might see the line actually bounce down a little bit and then climb back up by fight day.
Okay, so you're picking Andre to finish off early in the first, early in the second. How do you see this fight finishing?
It could go first, could go second. I'm probably more than likely in the second round if I had to guess. I think it's going to finish around that time. But again, either one of these guys, very talented striker, so it could go earlier.
All right, okay, there you have it. Going on to the main event, Mikhail Tezerov versus Lyman Good. Finally have an American in the semifinals on the other side. Hopefully gets through to the finals. Tezerov, MMA record, 24-2, 19 wins via sub. Obviously a great ground guy. Lyman Good, MMA record, 13-2, 6 wins via KO. This is not a classic stand-up guy versus grappling guy. This is not, don't think of it that way. This is two well-rounded MMA guys. Good just happens to get more knockouts, and Mikhail happens to get some more submissions. I'm taking Good in the early win on this one. He's going to push the pace in the first and come off and win in the second. But am I right in my pick?
Yeah, the line right now is around 5-1, so a steep line on Good. Can't really bet it straight because, Mikhail Sararov is a talented guy, like you mentioned. Most of his wins by submission, and he does want to probably get this fight to the ground. He doesn't want to stand and bang with Lyman Good. I think it's going to be a rough night for him if he does. So he wants to get this fight to the floor. I don't think he's going to be able to easily, and he's going to struggle, and then he has a tendency to fade too. And Lyman Good, if anything, has been very consistent. The guy is definitely talented in all areas. I mean, off his back against Ben Askren, he did struggle, but Ben Askren seems to put everybody on their back, so no shame in that. And he has improved his takedown defense since that fight. So it's going to be probably a rough night for the Russian in this fight. I would have to favor Good. Hard to bet him straight, though. You probably want to put him in a parlay.
Okay, that was actually my next question. I want to put Good in a bunch of parlays then, because I'm not going to put 5-1 odds on him, even though I do think he's going to win this one relatively easily.
Yeah, it's pretty steep.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is another edition of the MMA Insiders here on DonBest.com.